Well, I think it's very important for there to be an inclusive arena for free speech, having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization.
But you've described yourself.
I don't care about the economics at all.
Well, free speech is what Tesla CEO Elon Musk says is motivating him to try and take over Twitter. He says the social media platform, quote, needs to be transformed as a private company. He also says it should follow the laws of the countries in which it operates, or otherwise stay out of the business of regulating users' speech. Let's bring in Clay Travis, founder of Outkick. Clay, let's pick up on what he just said. Are you buying this? The world's richest man suddenly doesn't care about the bottom line. He just wants to do what's best for humanity.
Well, I think one of the luxuries of being the world's richest man is you can buy things that you don't have to get an immediate return from. And Jillian, one of the things I would wonder is when you're worth around $300 billion, as Elon Musk is, he could buy Twitter for the offer price he has of a little over $40 billion. And I think Elon Musk, having redefined the way we build cars and having proven that he can send rocket ships to space better than NASA, is looking towards the future of civilization, much as those two investments did, and trying to figure out how do I ensure that democracy remains as cogent and powerful in the years ahead. And I think he's recognized rightly that Twitter is the most important marketplace now for ideas in the United States and probably around the world, and he wants to preserve it.
Clay, I think you just said it better than he puts it himself, so thank you for that. Take a look at this from the Wall Street Journal editorial board today. The offer is causing a meltdown in progressive circles that don't appreciate Mr. Musk as much on free speech as they do when he's building electric cars. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's totally fair. And the reason why there's a meltdown, Jillian, and I think this is very important, is because what Elon Musk is trying to do is produce content-neutral policies. So the sitting president of the United States is not able to be banned while the Ayatollah of Iran is able to use the platform, so that you don't have a situation where the Babylon Bee, a satire site, is locked out of their account while the Taliban is allowed to promote their account in Afghanistan. It's inconsistent, it's arbitrary, it's capricious. And if we're truly going to have a marketplace of ideas where everyone's voice can be heard, think about how crazy this is, Jillian. What the left-wing blue checkmark brigade members are complaining about is the idea of everybody being able to have their voice heard and to hear their opinions as loudly and widely distributed as possible. And that, to me, is the ultimate importance because, look, we got things wrong on COVID in this country. I think one reason why is because we were stifled in debate on Twitter. And certainly if you look at the way the 2020 presidential campaign played out, particularly the New York Post's investigation of Hunter Biden, that stifling may well have swung the overall election when you consider, Jillian, I mean, think about it. If 20,000 people in Wisconsin, in Georgia, and in Arizona changed their votes, where the outcome was about 40,000 votes, then we have a different president. I don't think it's crazy to think that big tech had a big role in that outcome.
Let's add to that list you just gave us of nefarious world players who are still allowed on Twitter. Vladimir Putin, whose official Kremlin handle is still alive and well up there. I checked this morning to double down on that so that I could double down on this and confirm it for you. As he's conducting a genocide in Europe, allowed to say whatever he'd like to say on Twitter. I want to ask you quickly, before I let you go, about this divide that's also brewing now between Twitter users, some, potentially many of whom support Musk's takeover, and then Twitter employees themselves who are reportedly up in arms about the move. Not happy. A lot of the engineers threatening to quit if he actually follows through.
Well, first, I hope they quit if the reason they're going to quit is because they're upset about the idea that Twitter might embrace more of the First Amendment. But I think most of those people are not actually going to quit, Jillian. This is going to turn into all the people who said they were going to go to Canada if Donald Trump won the 2016 election. How many of those people actually moved to Canada? I don't remember very many celebrities actually moving to Canada in 2016 when Trump won. And I'll be surprised if very many Twitter employees actually leave Twitter if Elon Musk buys the company. I think it's a sham. It's perfect social media posturing. Draws attention to you, but doesn't have any actual substance behind it.
All right, well, Clay, we got to leave it there. But happy Good Friday to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. Have a good holiday weekend.